Interface Video, in cooperation with Fairfield Federal, presents Fairfield Today. Brought to you by Fairfield Federal Savings and Loan, Fairfield Medical Center, Fair Hope Hospice and Palliative Care, the Frankie Smith Funeral Home, Fairfield County Adam H., Dagger Law, and the Fairfield County Board of Developmental Disabilities.
Hello friends, and welcome to Fairfield Today. Great being with you in the lobby downtown at Fairfield Federal, where we are fortunate enough to each week be doing our show, so we're glad you're here and can be with us. Beautiful day outside as we do our taping today. Got a little bit of the arts we like to talk about here, and one of our favorites is the Garret Players, and they several times a year have a play coming up, and they have one coming up here. I have Rebecca Martin, who is at my immediate right, and Tara Craaybeek.
Yes.
Get that right. Get that right. She is the assistant director, both former actor. We'll talk about that, but now involved in the directing aspect. They've got a play coming up, sounds pretty cool, called Still Alice. It's coming up on August 15th, 16th at 7 o'clock in the evening, and the 17th at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Of course, by the nature of being the Garret Players, I think we know, you'll be on the upper floor at the Fairfield County District Library, a beautiful place up there. Got room for maybe 100 people. I'm not sure how many you get up there. No charge. That's always a nice thing. First come, first serve. But it's a great place to have it. So, Rebecca, let's start with you. Still Alice. What is Still Alice about?
It's about a college professor who has been diagnosed with early onset Alzheimer's.
Okay.
Since this disease has impacted so many of us, Tara and I just decided it was a good story to tell.
Now, do you, as director, kind of get a little upper hand in picking a play?
Yes. Yeah. We search online for play options.
No limit. I'm sure it's unlimited, the things you can look up.
Right. Read a lot of scripts, read a lot of, just little directives about what the play is that makes you decide if you want to look into it further. But I read quite a few plays before I chose this. And again, I chose it because of the topic. I know the Garret Players tends to move towards comedies, which is great, but I think every once in a while we need to mix it up a little bit.
Change it up a little bit.
Yes.
Tara, this is your assistant director for the first time?
Yes.
Why did you want to get in? Now, you've done couple years as an actor?
Yes, I've done 2 productions with them. It just is a great way to get involved in acting without the huge commitment. They're technically staged readings, so we have our scripts with us. We don't have to memorize the lines. So I made the mistake of saying to Kathy Bittler that I thought it'd be really fun, and I was in the next production.
Be careful what you wish for.
Yes.
That does sound like Kathy,
Yes.
I will say that.
So it's a lot of fun.
And Rebecca, she mentioned that the staged reading. I can remember, I think Garret Players go back to, a dozen years, 13 years ago, 2012, somewhere in that era. I remember in this place here having Ron Keaton on, and he was talking about kind of getting this whole thing going. Didn't even have a name yet, just a new group in town. You were the first ones in town to do that. And he talked about this staged reading. In the back of my mind, I got, how goofy is that? You're going to walk around with a book and you're not even going to memorize. But I tell you, when you watch this as a person in the audience, I see none of that. I mean, it's amazing to just a lay person like me. It's just a play. Mm-hmm. You're just up there doing your lines. Whether you read some of them or whether you know them all, most of them know them all, but you don't even see that at all.
Right. It allows people who work full-time and don't really have the time to invest in a large production to still be involved in the theater. And you're right, it does become invisible that people have their script with them.
I agree 100%. Now, how many folks are in the cast?
We have 7.
Yeah.
7? And kind of takes place in a nursing home? Or
No, it actually does not. Most of it takes place in her home.
Okay.
It involves her husband, their 2 children. There are her doctors. She has 2. And then there is a character called herself. and that is her subconscious, and that is Alice minus Alzheimer's.
Okay, the normal one,
Yes.
the one that most people remember.
Yes.
I'm sure that kind of attracted you to this too, kind
It
of a little
did.
different twist.
It did, and it's difficult for the actors to not pay attention to herself because herself is always busy in this production, and the other actors have to not focus on her and pretend she's not there. So it makes it a little bit interesting.
This is the Garret Players production of Still Alice, coming up August 15th, 16th, 17th. 15th, 16th at 7 o'clock, 17th at 2 o'clock. Have Rebecca Martin and Tara Craaybeek with us. Just the whole thing about the plays, what got you involved in doing, now you were
In
a
doing Garret
person-
Players?
Well, yeah, but had you done things before Garret Players?
I had.
So that's just something, just you had to scratch that itch a little bit like
I
that,
did.
and then and then you got down here, and so what was the draw with the Garret Players to get involved?
Well, my cousin is part of the Garret Players, and I had attended some of their productions. And I tend to be a little busy, and so some of the other groups just invested more time than I had to give.
Yeah.
And when I saw that the Garret Players was very condensed, it just made sense for my life. And having the itch to get back into acting, it was the perfect opportunity.
Tara, is that similar to yours?
I had never done anything.
Even in
of
school,
any-
nothing, huh?
Never,
No.
anything of this sort. So it was really just an opportunity to get outside my comfort zone and do something new.
And I think I've had this conversation. We've had, like I say, we used to have Ron on a good bit, and then we've had Kathy on many times, and other directors over the years about this. But something I'll mention is there was a time, say before Ron got involved in this and started doing this whole play thing, which now there are a couple in town, that Lancaster Playhouse, and of course Victor out at Ohio University. You'll have a big one coming up at Christmas time. We all know how all that works with them out there. But it used to be that if you had this itch in high school, maybe you were in your high school play, and that's what you did, and good for you, and maybe you did it in college. But then if you were a local person, you came back, well, you're done now.
Right.
Because the Kennedy Players no longer exist in Columbus. Those days are gone. There wasn't anything. But now, all these places locally, and there is Millersport, there's other places around where you can get involved. But really, if you want to do this, there's a way you can continue
Yes.
some of this.
Yes.
And you probably enjoy that.
Love it. It
Yeah.
actually just gives you an opportunity to get out there, get your toes wet into something that's a little bit different, be creative, and do something where if you're shy, which I do tend to be, I'm not myself. I'm somebody else completely different, and so I have no problem acting.
Now, you are the assistant director.
Yes.
You're not in this play.
No.
No. What do you think about that? Do you find that a little unnerving, being you open that envelope a little bit, something different?
It is different, and it's interesting, the things that I was told when I was in the play, as the directors were telling me that I remember thinking, but I think I'm doing that. But now I see, you see it from the other side and trying to help them.
Opened your eyes a little bit?
Yeah, I think it will help if I should choose to do another play to have seen it from the director's side also.
Now, what's the is there an intermission in the middle, or how long?
Right.
How long can we? What's an average evening look like up there?
Well, we actually, during rehearsal yesterday, timed the play. It runs about an hour and 20 minutes. We'll have time for a 15-minute intermission. So, we're looking at maybe an hour and 45 minutes.
And I will mention, I think I mentioned this before, cookies are involved, which is an important part of any outside activity as far as I'm concerned. I mean, that's a draw to me to go up there, and I think it was always the Friends of the Library. I don't know if
Correct.
that's still them.
It is.
But they have some things around that actually are there for a donation,
Yes.
and that helps them keep things moving at the Garret.
Right. That's our donations that we get are to fund the Friends of the Libraries, their projects, any of the scholarships that they give out, any of the programs that they offer. Our funds are part of what keeps that going.
And you folks that, well, you're not on, I would say on camera, but you're not in front of the public for this one, but you folks build the sets, you do all of that. There are folks that maybe are on or off the stage, but you've got a group of people that you rely on to do that.
Yes.
It's sometimes fairly minimal, but sometimes depending on the play. This one, like Rebecca said, it mostly takes place in their kitchen, really, so that's the main part, but there's the doctor's office. They're at a coffee shop for a little bit. So, yeah, figuring that out. Again, donations. We borrow, I know, from Lancaster Playhouse for sets. We kind of, all work together to do that and get the props that we need and keep it fairly simple because it all has to stay right there. But everybody pitches in. We'll have people helping with lighting and all of that, music.
And I think, and you mentioned that too, we talked about the Garret Players, the Lancaster Playhouse, and then Victor out at Ohio University, and everybody, it takes a village sometimes. It's a collaborative, and certainly we know at Christmas time you all collaborate together, this, but everybody, like if you needed a kitchen sink or something from that, you can borrow it, but that's nice that everybody works together.
Right. We share costumes, we share props, we share, furniture pieces. You definitely have a wealth of support to make these happen.
So in the future, what is it? 3 plays a year?
Typically 2. Don't we do one spring and fall?
Okay, couple.
We usually
Okay.
do one, yeah.
So there'll be auditions coming up, and that'll be announced. You do a lot of social media work. I know a lot of that's out there, and you get involved in that. And I know you draw from more just from Lancaster. There are people within the county that come around and get involved. So it's kind of a group effort around it, not just Lancaster people. So if somebody wants to get involved, there are auditions that they would go through that you would come up and read a part, and then you folks or whoever's directing would look at that and kind of make your call on that.
Yep, and it's posted on Facebook. So far, I don't believe it's really been posted elsewhere, something else we might need to think about. But auditions are posted on Facebook, so if someone has an interest, I highly recommend that you look there, and please come. We're always looking for actors. We'd love to get some new faces.
You always have enough people auditioning. I assume that's never a problem. You always get enough
Depends.
people. Really?
This one was tricky because there's a lot of people on vacation. So it was a little tricky.
Even getting 7 or 8 people sometimes is challenging. And
Yes, it is.
so,
And there are some younger people in this cast, which
Right.
we would love to have younger,
Little more
20,
difficult,
30s get more involved with it.
because I would
That
say,
be-
I would think that most of the people probably have done it before, therefore they've been around a while, they've done other plays, other places maybe here with you, and those are the people that are easier to get. It's the newer people,
Right.
like every organization, it's the new people.
Exactly.
So it's still Alice, and tell us again what if you go to that, what you're going to see.
You will see the story of Professor Alice Howland, who is diagnosed with early onset Alzheimer's, and it is a story of how she and her family are impacted by this and their process with accepting this diagnosis and how their life progresses.
I think when I was a kid, I don't think I ever knew, and you're a kid, and you don't know what you don't know, but I don't think I ever knew anyone or any family member of anybody's family that had that, or a lot of diseases now that I think about it. But now, I don't think there's many families that haven't been touched by that. So I think a lot of people probably could relate to this a little bit. Yeah.
That's what we're hoping.
Yeah. So it's August 15th, 16th, and 17th. It's at the Garret at the Fairfield County District Library at the Garret upstairs on that. 7 o'clock on Friday and Saturday, 2 o'clock on Sunday. First come, first served. There's no charge. That's always one of the real pluses here with the Garret Players. They put this on kind of gratis to the community. Buy a cookie. They'd appreciate that if you do it up there. It's always going to be a fun thing. It's a great place to have it. You'll have a nice set there, and it's a comfortable place. Seating out there, maybe 100 people can get in. Again, go up the and they have an elevator that was repaired. I know
Yes.
for a
Yes,
while
so there
that
is an elevator
that
now,
was an
yes.
issue, but it's not now. The elevator is repaired so you can get up there. So golly, best of luck on this. It's always fun chatting with you girls on this. I know Kathleen Bettler kind of always yanks my chain when it comes time to do this. She's a good PR person
Yes,
to have
yes,
around,
yes.
and a firm believer in what goes on with the Garret Players, but it's certainly a wonderful organization. Best of luck as you direct it. And Rebecca Martin, Tara Craaybeek, the director, the assistant director, good luck with your foray into this side of the things behind the scenes. We hope it goes well, and we'll look forward to the future having you back.
Thank you very much.
Still Alice with the Garret Players. We'll be back in just a moment.
If you've been thinking about getting a home loan, now is the time. Hi, this is Carrie James from Fairfield Federal. Our experienced lenders are here to help you make your vision a reality. For more than 125 years, we've been helping our community achieve homeownership. Fairfield Federal has convenient online application for your home loan, home equity loan, and home equity line of credit needs. Visit fairfieldfederal.com to get started. Fairfield Federal for checking, savings, and home loans. Data charges may apply, subject to credit approval. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS number 402612.
The reason why I do what I do is I love helping people, and I really love to work on understanding and striving to improve the lives of the people in our community. Being in Fairfield County is having a network of people around you.
I am driven by my belief that every individual deserves an opportunity to achieve mental and emotional balance, and I'm very passionate about contributing to that process.
Community, connections, collaboration. The Fairfield County Way.
What makes Fairhope what it is our staff. It's always a question that we ask, why do you want to be here with us? And what they most always say is, you've touched my life this way. You know, you took care of this person, or I've seen what you've done and I want to do that. And so the staff that have been here know what it takes. They've been on the other side. They see what it takes to make someone comfortable, to make the family comfortable, and really what kind of support they need. And so I think that's what really makes Fairhope what it is.
Fairfield Medical Center is more than a hospital. We're a health system that's been putting people first for more than a century. From the youngest patients to the eldest, our compassionate team of caregivers are here to support you through every season of life. We are healers, cheerleaders, patient advocates, and champions. Your health is our greatest accomplishment, and we are proud to serve you. Whatever you're searching for, you can find it at Fairfield Medical Center.
Did you know Fairfield DD provides coordination for over 1,200 people in Fairfield County? That's 1,200 unique journeys, each filled with talents, dreams, and challenges. And while no two paths are the same, one thing is true for everyone. Life is easier when you have the right support. That's why we're here. From early childhood milestones to school transitions, employment, and adulthood, Fairfield DD connects individuals and families with the resources they need every step of the way. When the right support is available, a vibrant community where people lead lives of greater independence and make meaningful contributions becomes possible. Learn more at fairfielddd.com and check us out on social media. Together, we're building a more inclusive Fairfield County.
The Frankie Smith Funeral Home and Crematory in Lancaster and the Johnson Smith Funeral Home in Baltimore have a long and wonderful history of serving our community. Feel free to give us a call at 740-653-0652. Stop in and see us at either of our two locations, 405 North Columbus Street in Lancaster and 207 South Main Street in Baltimore. Respect for tradition, regard for change.
Welcome back to Fairfield Today. Aaron Uhl is with us. Aaron, welcome.
Welcome. Hey.
You are the,
How you doing?
I'm well, and you?
Good. It's been a while.
It has been a while. Last time I think I saw you may have been on the other side of the camera over there. You were my first cameraman you did it for Stan.
I did it for
Stan.
And
then when Stan retired and I took his place, nobody replaces Stan. I just took his place, but Stan, nobody took Stan's place. I understand that. I don't want to say that I did, but you were my first cameraman here, and now you've moved on. And how many years ago did Brewfest begin?
2013 is when it's first started.
Wow.
Next door at the lodge.
Wow.
It was only about 330 people that came out, and only 13 breweries actually.
But I bet you thought that was big.
Yeah, that was huge because another coworker of mine, if you remember Travis Mitchell, him and I kind of first started the first event up there. But yeah, it was a sellout up there. We had it kind of both inside and on the patio. But
well, let's give it a proper channel here. Lancaster Brewfest 2025.
Correct.
Coming up here, a week or so?
August 16th.
August 16th.
So this coming Saturday.
Right behind us, kind of everywhere now.
Correct. Yeah.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
It's I don't know if this is maybe how you envisioned it would go, if you even had a vision.
No, I mean, it was kind of started on a whim when I kind of volunteered at another beer festival in Columbus with a group of realtors in town, and I just said, you know what, I'm going to do one in Lancaster. So, that was January, February of 2013. So 6 months later, I brought Lancaster Brewfest to downtown Lancaster and never looked back.
So now, how many breweries involved?
For this coming Saturday's event, 2025, there will be over 40 breweries, but now there's wineries involved. There's going to be like 5 or 6 wineries, all in Ohio, distilleries and cideries as well.
Cideries, that's a new thing. I saw that name, and
I kind of invented it a little bit, but it's basically just a cider. So, like for example, there's a cider in Hilliard called Hell Branch. There's one in Granville called Seek No Further. But a lot of these breweries are starting to brew.
So we're talking about hard cider.
Hard cider, correct?
Okay.
Yes.
So the expansion is unbelievable.
It's crazy. Well, I mean, when I first started in 2013, there was not a lot of breweries in Fairfield County. I don't even think there was any. Maybe just Rock Mill. That was about it. But since then, I mean, there's well over 100 breweries represented in Ohio. And it's a lot. So
I can remember we did one of the Lancaster Festival live shows over here, which you remember well, and we were looking for guests, and you said, I think I can get these guys at Double Edge.
Yeah.
And you brought them over. I had never heard of that, never heard
Zach
of them,
and Mark,
now they have gone crazy over there, too.
Yes, they're still chugging along. They're one of the best breweries, I think, in Ohio, let alone.
We've got Outer Belt. We've even around Lancaster here.
Correct.
We've got several here.
And there's another new one opening up, I think, here soon too. I think they're called Foundry, so they'll be actually represented downtown Lancaster this Saturday too. So there's more breweries, and that's kind of what I work with Destination Downtown Lancaster. Amanda and Alex over there, we're trying to get a lot of these breweries to come to Lancaster and Fairfield County.
Well, it obviously looks like a good place to open a business here because we seem to support them tremendously. Now, I think one thing that I don't think I knew until you told me a while back is that part of the money that goes from this, you give back to the community.
Correct.
To whom and what's it go for?
Yeah, so since starting in 2013, I kind of outgrew some of the indoor spaces in a way. So City of Lancaster kind of took a chance on me in 2018, and then in 2019 I started partnering up with DDL, Destination Downtown Lancaster. So since 2019, ticket sales have raised $65,000 that went back to them.
And
it's still counting.
For whatever the DDL uses money for,
A lot of
which
their free
they need
events,
money, all the things they do downtown.
Correct.
So there is a cover charge now.
Correct.
21. I think that's important to know.
Over 21, no children allowed.
Yeah.
Yes, it's 3 p.m. is VIP. So those are $70 a ticket.
On Saturday?
Yes, this Saturday. So VIP, that's basically you get 30 tastings. You get early admission into the event as well at 3 o'clock. General admission, pre-sale is $50, but the day of is $60. So that kind of goes up a little bit more. So yeah, get your tickets on sale. You can actually go to DDL office. You can go to Double Edge, or you can go to Maristop if you want to kind of avoid the fees, the online ticket fees and things like that. You could just go right in there and buy your ticket.
course, you remember DDL, just about a half a block from where we're sitting right here. Their new offices are over there across from El Perron. Great new office right there. You get them there. You say Ameristop has them,
Yep.
and
Double Edge.
And Double Edge
Yes,
has them over there
correct.
too.
Yes.
So this has grown. What will people? I mean, obviously you mentioned the tasting. What can they see? What can people see when they go in here? Do they see businesses just succeeding in that area?
I think so. I mean, I feel like a lot of the downtown businesses really like it when people come all over the place. I mean, I'm expecting 1,500 people plus downtown Lancaster this coming Saturday. So yeah, a lot of the businesses do, you know, they like the business downtown, basically.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
especially when ending the event at 9 o'clock, some of those people kind of flourish to get a meal at Ale House, get a meal at O'Hood's or something like that, or, you know, just, you know, have a good time, you know.
I would say that's why DDL obviously is involved,
Yes.
because not only is it good for Lancaster Brewfest, I mean, and what it's bringing, but again, downtown, all the museums that's open,
Correct.
the Glass Museum, the
People
Cape
make
Head
a whole day of
Studios.
it.
Yeah.
I work with Jonette at Visit Fairfield County, so
Right.
she kind of puts these brewcation stays together for the entire weekend.
Nice.
So it kind of does involve some of the museums and packages and things like that, a safe ride to and from the event. So yeah, check out Visit Fairfield County for some more of those packages.
Again, they're right over there
Yeah.
too, along with DDL. So yeah, when you think of this now, and you think about all the things that you're involved with coming up Saturday and do that, and all the headaches and the fun things, all those things that go in planning
There's
something
a lot
like
of
this.
headache, yes.
The growth has been, what, 10, 12 years, has
Correct.
really been, I would say, almost remarkable to get this many people from just up the hill here and a few hundred.
Yes, exactly. We try to get a lot of people from out of Lancaster. So it's not just Lancaster. It's all over Ohio. I mean, I've had people come up from Kentucky. I've had people come from Pennsylvania. And Michigan as well. So a lot of people are coming all over the place to visit Fairfield County and Lancaster.
Do they, and you mentioned you kind of got this idea from going to perhaps one in Columbus. Are these kind of popping up now anymore? Do you see
Actually,
a few
no,
of these?
they aren't. I will say this. Columbus canceled theirs. They don't do one anymore. So I'm hoping to get a lot of those Columbus people down here to enjoy our city.
The only one in the area?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you get your ticket and you buy them at one of the locations you stop, do you turn that in someplace, or?
Yes, we'll have a check-in station, kind of a gate. So
Yes.
basically,
Yeah.
envision like a giant beer garden.
Okay.
Basically going from Chamber Building to Fairfield Federal Building in the entire length of Broad Street, where the stage is. All
Do
the
they
way to
close
Main.
everything off down
So we
here?
close everything off. We gate it all in.
Kind of like the festival?
Yes, correct. We just gate it all in.
Okay.
So you can't get in unless you go through the gate. So you get in, you get your punch card, you get your tasting glass as well, and then you go try to visit as many breweries and sample as many things
Just
as
a
you can.
good afternoon. What are the, is it just one day, Saturday?
Just one day.
And the
3
hours
o'clock,
are?
3 o'clock is when VIP starts.
Okay.
And 4:30 is general admission. But we also offer a late night pass. That starts at 7:30 at night.
Try to give the evening crowd
Yes,
something
yes.
to...
Let's say it's half the price pretty much. So let's say you're running late at the event, so you can just go and buy a late night pass at the gate.
When you were going to the one in Columbus, you kind of generated something in your head as, again, the entrepreneur in you, Aaron.
Yeah.
Aaron Uhl with Lancaster Brewfest. You saw this as, and nobody else had been doing it. I mean, obviously it's just Columbus, so this is the only one
Yes.
you'd seen. And I'm sure that was a big production up there. If Columbus is involved, I'm sure
That's
it was
big,
big.
yeah.
But you thought, to some degree, Lancaster would be open to this. And again, we have some breweries, we have some wineries, but now
Yes.
we're getting more and more. In this 10 or 12 years we're talking here, since you started, the breweries, the wineries, everything, all that's really grown.
It sure has. There's a lot, and then, as you know, we have wineries in Fairfield County like Valley View Hills. We have, which are kind of like a borderline there. We have Rockside now. I mean, there's a lot of wineries. Mirabelle, a lot of wineries.
And they do these wine. They're like a tour where
Yes.
you get a book or something, you get them
Correct.
stamped.
Yes.
They probably do them for breweries too.
Correct.
You go and once you get them
Like
all
a
stamped,
passport kind of
yes,
thing,
yeah.
yes.
So it's a thing to like go into Hocking Hills and
Correct.
you can go down to Athens and Logan. They have a couple, and certainly the ones around here. But all this is probably just helped kind of generate activity for you.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I mean, I've even had a few years back. We had a bachelorette party here. She came in her bridal gown kind of thing, and they had good time that
I
night.
wouldn't be surprised you'll have a wedding. You know, you do
Yeah,
this long
you
enough,
never know. You never
something
know.
will happen. So you have sponsors for this? You get people around town?
Yes,
that
we have several presenting sponsors. I'm not going to name any of them because I know I'm going to forget them.
And you don't
there's a
want
lot.
to do that. You don't
No,
want to do that.
Go to the website.
So the community has been very receptive.
Yeah,
to
oh
this.
yeah, definitely. You know, there's some people that kind of leer away from it because it is a drinking event.
Well,
but
it's something new.
I consider it a made in Ohio event in a way. A lot of these breweries, like Double Edge, they take pride in their brew making and things like that. Even like Rockside, they take pride into their wine making and things like that. It's an art, so you know, and it's made in Ohio. All of these breweries, it's all made in Ohio. So I call it kind of a celebration of that.
Are you surprised at how big the growth has been? Let's just look at the craft beers and the places like Double Edge and Out About, these places that brew. Are you surprised at how rapidly this has grown in like the last decade?
I am surprised on how quickly it's grown. I expect it to kind of flatten out a little bit because, you know, you don't want to have too many breweries, but doing this for so many years, I have seen a lot of breweries come and go. Because they don't have a great business model in a way. Yeah. People like Double Edge, Mark and Zach there, the owners, great business model. They do a great thing. They give back to the community as well. So, I mean, people see that.
Sure. Lancaster Brewfest, I know you're on social media. I know I've seen it on social media. You have a website?
Yes, LancasterBrewfest.com. So visit there, all the information.
All the information on there, and that's important to know. Where you can buy your tickets. They've told us it was a Double Edged, a Maristop, and
Destination Downtown Lancaster.
Or
even just go online to LancasterBrewfest.com.
Can you order online?
Yeah, you can get them online.
Got all the information on there. I know you got a great poster there. I like that.
If you go around and see the poster or even the rack cards or table tents.
Oh, it's got a
scan that QR code. Scan the QR code. It'll take you straight to that website.
You're on top of everything.
I
got
try.
a QR code.
I know. Well,
Aaron Uhl, who kind of the founder and developer of Lancaster Brewfest 2025. Congratulations on this. It's just going great. We're very happy for you and everybody else involved. It's this Saturday, 3 o'clock. It gets going for all you VIPs that are out there. Encourage you to check it out and just get on the website, look it around, see what you think. Hope you have a nice crowd. Hope it's good weather.
Thank you.
Hope it's good weather.
Fingers are crossed.
Pulling for that.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us on Fairfield Today.
Interface Video, in cooperation with Fairfield Federal, presents Fairfield Today. Brought to you by Fairfield Federal Savings and Loan, Fairfield Medical Center, Fair Hope Hospice and Palliative Care, the Frankie Smith Funeral Home, Fairfield County Adam H., Dagger Law, and the Fairfield County Board of Developmental Disabilities.